What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the video. Those are our brand new mirrors for each change room. I don't think I've ever brought you guys in there. It's nothing special, but we are trying to make it a little bit more elegant. So they are pretty tall. I can't remember the exact measurements, but it is full body nonetheless. And originally I had it planned to actually stick it to the walls. It actually came with the hardware, which is really, really good. But the walls do get a little flimsy, and when we are able to use the actual change rooms again, because I believe that as soon as we're allowed to reopen, they'll be off limits, as well as the washroom. But when they are able to, I'm going to have plenty of people going in and out of there of all different ages. And the ones I'm scared about the most are the kids. Sometimes they get a little reckless. Sometimes they just don't know. And the last thing I want is glass falling on them. So we're going to keep it on the stands in those corners. So there's one pretty much in that corner over here, and then there's one in that corner over there, and just a mirrored version of each other. But anyways, today is Wednesday. We're back at the academy, myself and Jubes, and we are doing our online classes. I've been prepping for the soon, but not so soon, reopening of the academy. We'll get the final news by this Friday, and what it may be looking like is, even though we get the stay-at-home order lifted, then we will have to still be in a lockdown because Peel region, which is where the academy is one of the hot spots. So we'll see. With that being said, we have a phased re-entry into the academy, so everyone can continue training virtually, in person when that time comes, a mix of both, and just doing every bit we can to make sure our members, new, current, future, have the best means possible to start their training, to continue their training, because everybody's different and everybody views it a little differently, which of course we're going to respect here at Union Martial Arts. But the ultimate goal is to have everyone back in person at some point in time in the future. So just continuing to prep a little bit. Just got in my new Fairtex gloves. I'm gonna whip these guys out maybe tonight's class. We got 5 pairs of focus mitts to go along with our tie pads. And I'm just starting off with 5 for now because I know how limited our training is going to be. But the maximum I would need is 10, so that a full class of 20, which is our cap, can all have their own set of pads. And just getting everything ready for what 2021 is supposed to be about. And we're gonna get a boom once everything is back going. The academy is gonna get a little facelift. The blinds are coming in. It's all good, no matter which way it goes after Friday. February cycle of Anastacio is going to be up probably by the time this video comes up as well. So definitely check that out if you guys are current students, or if you are new students that are interested. Links in the description box. Let's start training. Jordy, what are we gonna do today? All right, so what I wanted to show you guys in this video is a full comprehensive warm-up / introduction that we do in all of our Kali classes. And I've done a few. I've done a little bit of the end part. I've done a little bit of the beginning, which is available on Anastacio Kali. And you don't even have to be a student. You just have to be a site member, which is completely free. But I'm gonna put it all together. I'm gonna do all the reps. So it's really, if you want to, you could do it with me, and you can kind of just step by step see how it's done and give you an idea of why we're doing it. And then you go off into whatever training you're doing. So this is gonna be the single stick. So the first thing that we do is we're gonna hold it in the center and making sure our safety hand's up. And we're gonna twist this back and forth for about 10 seconds. And we really wanna twist fairly hard where we're warming up our wrist flexors. Then we bring it up for 10 seconds. 9, 10, then the side for 10 seconds. And once we finish that, we bring it back to the center, and then we switch, safety hand up on the other side, and the same thing. 9, 10. 9, 10. 9, 10. Okay, now we're going to give a little bit of a stretch. So we're holding the stick at both ends, and we're going to start with one palm up. So this is my right hand. Usually I do mirror fashion, so this would be your left hand. And you're going to twist it inside. So you're going to touch your chin with your knuckles. You're going to raise your elbow nice and high. You want to roll underneath and hold it as straight as you can. Get a good stretch. And you want to hold it at least shoulder level. Try not to bring it down here too much. And we hold that for 10 seconds as well. 9, 10. Then with our opposite hand, we're going to let go. It'll bring us back to the beginning. Switch. So now I have my right palm down, my left palm up. And same thing. I touch my chin, elbow up nice and high. Roll underneath for 10 seconds. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now my right hand let go. Now I'm doing a little bit of stick manipulation. I'm going to get comfortable with my stick, the weight, the length, all that stuff. So I'm going to start with the stick in its appropriate grip. We like to do one hand grip from the bottom, and we chamber it onto our shoulder. Chambering is just a fancy word we like to use to keep it tucked away nice and tight. So we're gonna do a little bit of twirling. We'll do once down, once up. Our down position is gonna be neutral down by our hip. You wanna make sure you don't go too far and swing it back up. You do wanna use momentum if you are a beginner, but eventually you wanna be able to artificially create that. So we're going once down, once up for 5 counts. This is gonna be number 1. And back up. 3. And 5. Okay, then we're gonna do the opposite. So now we're gonna go from the bottom, once up, once down. Okay, so this is gonna be from 6 to 10. 8, 9, and 10. And as always, we want to do that on the other hand as well. Chambering onto the left shoulder, safety ends up, once down, once up. This is 1, 3, and 5. Chambering it down, opposite now. This is 6, 8, and 10. Okay, once we got that down, we're gonna do one more stick manipulation. Depending on how many I do, it depends on what the focus is on the class, but I'll give you one more. We're gonna take the stick and we're gonna throw it towards the center of our chest, almost like we're gonna thrust into the center here, but you're gonna actually point it out to that same side. So it's gonna give a little bit of a loop. Your knuckles are gonna touch your chest. I'm gonna reach over with my opposite hand. I'm gonna grab roughly around the holding section on the other side, let go of my right hand, and unwind it there. So we kind of call these horizontal chambers, and you're just gonna pass it off like so. So when I get to one side, that's gonna count as 1. We're gonna go for a count of 10. So this is gonna be 1 here, 2 here, and we just keep going, nice and easy pace. Make sure you go all the way through, full motion. Try not to cheat that part. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so once we finish the stick manipulation, we'll go back into our right lead. And now we're gonna go into our 10 basic strikes. This is something I do all the time. It's in a handful of videos, but let's go through it very quickly. So the first variation is 1 count, 1 strike. We start with angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And once we finish that, then we go into 1 count, 2 strikes. So we're gonna practice the principle, 1 strike leads to the next. So we're gonna go for our X pattern. 1, side to side, 2, reverse X, 3, stabbing, 4, down and up, 5. Make sure that last one is a bounce. We're gonna bounce off the ground, up into the upward thrust. Okay, now we're gonna move into a little bit of blocking. So we're gonna start off with the umbrella blocks. We have our right side, left side. We're gonna also combine that with the female triangle or V pattern footwork. So in 1 count, if we start to the right side, right foot goes into the diagonal position, right hand goes into the umbrella block, safety hand here, or in an augmented position where we're supporting it with our tricep, and then we come home. Taking our time with this one, not trying to rush it right now. Left side for 2, home, 3, home, 4, home, 5, home, 6, home. Now normally I go to 10 depending on the class, or if I feel like they've done very well with the umbrella blocks and they're used to it, then we switch it up. And so from 7 to 10, what we're gonna look for is we're gonna do one count, one side, but you're gonna come home right away. So you're not gonna wait for that count. So again, if we start to the right side, this is going to be 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now to get a little bit more of a continuation, this time we're gonna go right home, left home. So the way that's gonna look is we're gonna go right, we're gonna come home, shuffle step, left, and home all in one count. So we'll do that for a count of 5. This is 1, nice and smooth, almost scooping the umbrella block. 2, 3, notice my feet are nice and light, I'm not stopping to the position, very quick in the shuffle. 4, and 5. Okay, so those are our 2 deflection blocks, so we're gonna do 2 jamming blocks as well. We'll solo it out, and so we're gonna start with the inside jamming block. That's my stick pointing down, drawing a triangle frame like so, doing a 90-degree step, so I'm stepping in with my right foot, twisting hard, pivoting to the left, attacking with my right elbow. And then we come home, we'll repeat that side, 2, home, do this for a count of 5, 4, and 5. Base slow, pivoting, shoulder and hip behind that drive in the elbow. Now we go to the outside jamming block. That's creating almost like an X formation here. Opposite now, so I'm gonna use my left foot stepping forward, pivoting 90 degrees to the right. So this is 1, bring it back, 2, home, 3, home, 4, home, and 5, home. Okay, when we pair them together, you can do it many ways, but we're gonna do it going 1 forward, 1 backwards. So we'll do a count of 5 in 2 variations. The first 5, we're gonna go inside, going forward, outside, going backwards. And what you want to focus on is that stick shouldn't leave your safety hand. So when I'm inside here, I'm going to maintain that pressure as I transition, and then I turn into my second block, which is my outside jam. Okay, so we're going 1, in, out. Sharp turns on both of them. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to go forward with the outside jam, and then we're going to go backwards on the inside jam. Same concept. I don't want that stick to leave my safety hand. So here we go for another count of 5. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so let's take a little bit of the 10 basic strikes, a little bit of the umbrella blocks, put it together for a little sequence to see how things start to pull together. So we're gonna go with the umbrella block. We're gonna pivot into an angle 1, and that's gonna focus on going from footwork, driving hip and shoulder, and committing to a closed position. Then when we do the opposite side, second count, we're going to the left, feed that to an angle 2, pivoting with our left hip and shoulder, safety hands out, emphasizing an open position or committing to the open position. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick count of 6. This is 1, nice and smooth, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add a little bit of continuation. Once we get that angle 1, we're gonna add in an angle 2. to create the X pattern. If we do the opposite side here, we're gonna do the angle 2 and feed that into an angle 1. Okay, so another count of 6, starting on the right side. This is 1, umbrella block, angle 1, angle 2, hips and shoulders in those. And then we come home. Left side for 2, and home. 3, home. 4, home. 5, home. 6, and home. Okay, so the last thing is just to get a little bit of our left hand involved. We've been doing a lot of our right hand, so we're doing what we call triangles. If I start with my right hand, my right shoulder, right foot, I step forward. I'm going to draw a triangle. So this is angle 1. It's technically angle 4. And this is technically angle 5. An easy way to remember that: down, bottom, up. When it's up, I'm going to rest it onto my opposite shoulder. Normally it'd be here, but I'm going to rest it there. So when I go to 2, I switch hands, switch leads, and then I do it the other way. 1, 2, 3 strikes. This is count number 3. Going up to 10. 4. Nice and smooth, hips and shoulders as always. 5. 6. We're trying to build symmetry into our left hand. 7. Especially if that's your weaker hand. 8. 9. And 10. And then we go back to our stable stance. And then we start lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4, you name it. All right, y'all, I just finished my online live class. It is Saturday. We just finished up about 45 minutes of training. So if you guys don't know, Anastacio has this online memberships where you can have our tutorials, up to 4 videos, but certain tiers of membership allow you access to this live class. This is something exclusive. It's something I specifically teach to them. I get to watch them do it. I get to give them some feedback, answer some great questions. I've gotten a really good hang of the Zoom thing to be able to, number 1, teach it, but number 2, interact with people. And that's the most important part. I know a lot of people are lacking. But anyways, it's just me, myself, and I in here. I'm about to head out. The academy has been extended in closure for another 2 weeks. We heard that extension yesterday. So I'm just going to take these 2 weeks to really capitalize and make sure that we're super prepared, 110% ready to go when that day comes. All of the members are on board. Everybody has a place. The gym is ready. The lesson plan is ready. Staff are ready. And it'll be a good time. So we're almost there. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And hopefully you guys gave this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the tutorial walkthrough earlier. Real quick before I finish off, if any of you guys know any nonprofit organization or any charities down stateside that are focusing on Asian communities, please let me know. You can go ahead and shoot me an email. You can comment. But I really want to do something. I know I'm fortunate enough to not have that directly affect me, but being Asian and being aware, it's, I think, important to take a stand or at least bring more awareness. So I want to do a live seminar, virtual of course, but all the proceeds to that are going to go towards a charity or an organization towards that cause. So if you guys know anything, please let me know down in the comments or give me a shout. And until next time, wherever you guys are, hope you're staying safe. If you're in Texas, enjoy the snow. Not really. Hope you guys are doing well. And until next time, catch you guys then.